If you're like many Christians who have studied the book of Revelation, you may be anticipating the rise of the Antichrist before the events of the rapture unfold. But what if I told you that the Antichrist isn't a future figure at all? What if this ominous character described in prophecy is actually someone from the past, someone who has already come and gone? Throughout history, biblical prophecy has captivated scholars, theologians, and laypeople alike, particularly the cryptic imagery found in the book of Revelation. Among the most discussed passages is Revelation chapter 13 verse 18, where the mysterious number of the beast is revealed as 666. While mainstream scholarship often attributes this number to Emperor Nero, a compelling alternative theory suggests that Julius Caesar may be the true figure behind this apocalyptic symbol. In this video, we'll prove that the numbers 666 or 616 can be linked to Julius Caesar, offering strong historical, textual, and numerical evidence in favor of this interpretation. Julius Caesar, as a transformative figure in Roman history, left an indelible mark on the ancient world. His role in transitioning the Roman Republic into the Roman Empire, his subsequent deification, and the cult that grew around his legacy provide a fertile ground for connecting him to the prophetic figure described in Revelation. We'll begin by establishing the historical context of Julius Caesar's influence on the Roman world and its lasting impact on early Christianity. Then we'll examine the numerical evidence linking Caesar to 666 and 616, and his deification and the Imperial cult. We'll also explore the broader symbolism of Caesar as an archetypal figure in apocalyptic thought. Finally, we will address counter-arguments and conclude by presenting Julius Caesar as a plausible candidate for the figure symbolized by the number of the beast. Julius Caesar's life and legacy played a pivotal role in shaping the Roman world, a world that would eventually intersect with the rise of early Christianity. To understand why Julius Caesar could be associated with the beast of Revelation, it's essential to examine his influence on the Roman Republic, his transformation into a semi-divine figure after his death, and the political religious climate of the time. Julius Caesar, born in 100 BCE and assassinated in 44 BCE, rose to power during a period of intense political instability in the Roman Republic. The Republic, plagued by internal strife and civil wars, was on the verge of collapse. Caesar, through a combination of military brilliance and political acumen, became one of the most powerful figures in Roman history. His victories in the Gallic Wars expanded Rome's territories, while his crossing of the Rubicon in 49 BCE signaled the end of the Republic and the beginning of a new era. By 44 BCE, Caesar had declared himself dictator for life, a move that outraged the Roman Senate and led to his assassination. However, Caesar's death did not restore the Republic. Instead, it paved the way for the rise of the Roman Empire under Augustus, Caesar's adopted heir. The establishment of the empire marked a turning point in history, one that would have profound implications for the world of early Christians. Following his assassination, Julius Caesar was officially deified by the Roman Senate, becoming the first Roman to be declared a god. The cult of Divus Julius, the divine Julius, was established, and temples were built in his honor. This act of deification set a precedent for future Roman emperors, who would also be worshipped as gods. The imperial cult that emerged from this practice became a cornerstone of Roman religious life and a direct challenge to early Christians, who refused to worship anyone but the true God. In the context of Revelation, the beast is often interpreted as a blasphemous figure demanding worship. The imperial cult, with its enforced worship of emperors, fits this description perfectly. As the founder of this tradition, Julius Caesar stands out as a likely candidate for the archetypal beast. His deification and the subsequent demand for loyalty to the imperial cult created a system in which refusal to worship the emperor could result in persecution or death, a reality faced by early Christians under later emperors. The association of Julius Caesar with the numbers 666 and 616 hinges on the ancient practice of Gematria, where letters are assigned numerical values. This practice was common in Jewish and early Christian traditions, and it is widely believed that the author of Revelation used it to encode the identity of the beast in a way that his audience would understand. While Nero Caesar is traditionally viewed as the most likely candidate, a deeper exploration reveals that Julius Caesar's name can also be linked to both 666 and 616, making him a compelling alternative. In the ancient world, Gematria was used not just in Jewish texts but also in Greek and Roman writings. Each letter of the alphabet corresponded to a specific number, allowing names and phrases to be converted into numerical values. This practice was often used to encode hidden meanings in texts, especially when authors wanted to convey subversive messages that could evade censors. Revelation chapter 13 verse 18 states, "Let the one who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. This passage explicitly invites the reader to use Gematria to decode the identity of the beast. Interestingly, early manuscript evidence, such as Papyrus 115, shows that some copies of Revelation list the number as 616 instead of 666, leading to the theory that there may have been multiple intended interpretations depending on the transliteration of the name. To link Julius Caesar to 666 and 616, we need to transliterate his name into Hebrew. The Hebrew alphabet is particularly suitable for Gematria because each letter has a numerical value. In Hebrew, Julius Caesar can be rendered as Ivlis Kaiser, Julius Caesar. Using the standard Gematria values for these letters and adding these values together, this calculation directly links the number 666 to Julius Caesar's name when written in Hebrew, providing a strong numerical basis for the theory. The variation 616 can be derived by using a slightly different transliteration, or by omitting certain letters, which was common in ancient Gematria practices to account for variations in pronunciation or spelling. If we omit the second yod, which is 10 in Caesar, we get the variant reading found in early manuscripts of Revelation, further supporting the possibility that Julius Caesar was intended as a candidate for the beast. While Nero Caesar is often considered the primary candidate for 666, the evidence linking Julius Caesar is equally compelling. Nero's name in Hebrew Gematria also sums to 666, but Julius Caesar's foundational role in creating the Roman Empire and establishing the imperial cult makes him a more archetypal figure of imperial blasphemy and oppression. The deification of Julius Caesar and the subsequent development of the imperial cult played a central role in Roman society, presenting a direct challenge to early Christian beliefs. The symbolic elements of Caesar's posthumous rise to divinity align closely with the characteristics of the beast in Revelation. After Julius Caesar's assassination in 44 BCE, his adopted heir, Octavian, later known as Augustus, sought to solidify his political power by promoting the idea that Caesar had ascended to godhood. In 42 BCE, the Roman Senate officially declared Julius Caesar a god, granting him the title Divus Julius, the divine Julius. This made Augustus not only Caesar's political successor but also the son of a god, a title that would later be claimed by subsequent Roman emperors. For early Christians, the idea of a mortal man being declared a god was blasphemous. Revelation portrays the beast as a figure that speaks blasphemies against God, Revelation 13:6, and demands worship. Julius Caesar's deification set a precedent for emperor worship, which later became a legal requirement under the imperial cult. Refusal to participate in emperor worship was one of the main reasons Christians faced persecution in the Roman Empire. The imperial cult was a state-sponsored religious institution that required subjects of the Roman Empire to offer sacrifices and pledges of loyalty to the emperor, who was often portrayed as a living god. Temples dedicated to the worship of Julius Caesar were erected throughout the empire, and festivals were held in his honor. The demand for worship of a human leader fits Revelation's description of the beast, who forces all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hands or on their foreheads. Revelation 13:16. While the mark of the beast has been interpreted in various ways, one plausible explanation is that it represents the social and economic control exerted by the imperial cult. In many parts of the empire, participating in emperor worship was a prerequisite for conducting business and maintaining social status. By establishing the imperial cult, Julius Caesar indirectly created the system that would later persecute those who refused to conform, namely, the early Christians. One of the most striking features of the beast in Revelation is that it appears to have been mortally wounded, but is miraculously revived. One of the heads of the beast seemed to have had a fatal wound, but the fatal wound had been healed. Revelation 13:3. This imagery of a wounded and resurrected beast has led many to speculate about its symbolic meaning. Julius Caesar's assassination can be seen as a fulfillment of this symbol. He was brutally murdered by a group of Roman senators, suffering 23 stab wounds in a dramatic and highly publicized event. However, instead of marking the end of his influence, Caesar's death led to his deification and the rise of the Roman Empire under Augustus. In a sense, Caesar revived through the imperial cult and the continuation of his political vision. The imagery of a wounded head that is healed could therefore symbolize Caesar's assassination and his posthumous rise to divine status, which perpetuated his legacy and influence across the empire. Revelation emphasizes the blasphemous nature of the beast, who opens its mouth to blaspheme God and to slander his name and his dwelling place and those who live in heaven. Revelation 13:6. Julius Caesar's deification and the imperial cult's requirement for worship can be seen as blasphemous acts from a Christian perspective, as they directly challenge the monotheistic worship of the one true God. Moreover, Julius Caesar and his successors adopted titles such as Pontifex Maximus, chief priest, and Divi Filius, son of the divine, further asserting their religious authority. These titles elevated Caesar and subsequent emperors to a quasi-divine status, blending political and religious power in a way that would have been deeply offensive to early Christians. Revelation describes the beast as having great authority over every tribe, people, language, and nation. Revelation 13:7. Julius Caesar's conquests and political reforms laid the foundation for the Roman Empire, which would eventually control vast territories across Europe, Asia, and Africa. The empire's reach and influence were unparalleled, making it a fitting representation of the beast's global authority. Furthermore, the beast is said to inspire awe and fear among the people who ask, "Who is like the beast? Who can wage war against it?" Revelation 13:4. This echoes the sentiment surrounding Julius Caesar during his lifetime, as his military prowess and political dominance made him a figure of both admiration and fear. Julius Caesar's influence did not end with his death. In fact, it marked the beginning of a system that combined political and religious control under one central authority. This legacy played a significant role in shaping the Roman Empire with far-reaching consequences for early Christian communities. Julius Caesar's life, death, and enduring legacy offer a compelling symbolic framework for understanding the apocalyptic imagery in Revelation. While the beast in Revelation has traditionally been associated with Nero Caesar, Julius Caesar's foundational role in the Roman Empire and the imperial cult presents him as an equally valid, if not superior, candidate for the archetype of the beast. This section explores how Julius Caesar embodies the archetypal Antichrist, how Rome is symbolically represented as Babylon in Revelation, and how his legacy resonates with eschatological themes. In Christian eschatology, the Antichrist is often depicted as a charismatic figure who exerts immense political power, demands worship, and leads people away from God. Julius Caesar's life reflects many of these characteristics. Julius Caesar was renowned for his charisma and military genius. He garnered immense loyalty from his soldiers and the Roman populace, establishing himself as a near mythical figure even during his lifetime. His rise to power was marked by the subjugation of Gaul and his decisive victory in the Roman Civil War. This portrayal of an all-powerful leader aligns with the biblical depiction of the beast as a figure who exercises all the authority of the first beast, Revelation 13:12. Following his death, Caesar was deified, and Augustus promoted himself as the son of a god. Revelation frequently uses the term Babylon as a symbolic reference to Rome. Babylon, in biblical tradition, represents a powerful and oppressive empire that enslaves God's people. By the time Revelation was written, Rome had become the new Babylon in the eyes of early Christians, representing a political and religious adversary. Julius Caesar's role in establishing the Roman Empire and initiating the imperial cult makes him a fitting symbol for Babylon's rise. His assassination, deification, and the subsequent glorification of his image by Augustus and other emperors turned him into a symbolic cornerstone of the oppressive system that Revelation seeks to condemn. Revelation 18 describes the fall of Babylon with vivid imagery, portraying it as a great city that will be destroyed for its sins. Early Christian readers would have understood this as a prophecy about the eventual fall of Rome. Given Caesar's foundational role in building the empire, he becomes a central figure in this narrative, symbolizing the beginning of the oppressive system that would one day collapse. Babylon's fall is also linked to its control over global commerce. The merchants of the earth will weep and mourn over her because no one buys their cargoes anymore. Revelation 18:11. This mirrors the Roman Empire's economic dominance, which was established under Caesar's reforms. His policies centralized control over trade, currency, and taxation, further strengthening Rome's grip on the known world. The imagery of merchants mourning Babylon's fall reflects the economic consequences of the imperial system that began with Caesar. Julius Caesar's legacy extends far beyond his lifetime. His deification and the imperial cult shaped the political and religious landscape of the Roman Empire, influencing subsequent generations of rulers. The imperial system that Caesar helped create became the primary adversary of early Christians, leading to their persecution and martyrdom. Revelation portrays the beast as a recurring figure whose influence persists until the end times. Julius Caesar's legacy fits this model, as his deification and the imperial cult continued to influence Roman society long after his death. By associating Caesar with the beast, Revelation emphasizes the enduring nature of imperial oppression and idolatry. Many eschatological interpretations suggest that the beast represents not just a single figure, but a system of governance and control that opposes God's will. Julius Caesar, as the originator of this system, becomes a symbolic and literal fulfillment of this prophecy. His life, death, and deification mark the beginning of an era that Revelation predicts will ultimately be destroyed by divine intervention. If you enjoy our content, we'd love your support. By joining one of our channel memberships, you help us continue creating videos like this one while gaining access to some amazing perks. As a member, you'll unlock exclusive content available only to supporters, earn loyalty badges to show off in comments and live chats, and enjoy priority responses to your comments, shoutouts, and more. The best part? Memberships start at just $2.99 a month, less than a cup of coffee. Even small contributions make a big difference for the PJ Bible TV team in covering production costs and delivering the content you love. And if you're not ready to become a channel member today but still want to support us, there are other ways to help. Engaging with our videos is a tremendous way to show your support. By taking just a few moments to like the video, share it with friends, family, or on social media, and leave a comment, you're telling the YouTube algorithm to share our content with more people. Your support, no matter how you choose to show it, means the world to us. Thank you for being part of the PJ Bible TV community.